Okay, class, so here's my lesson on the cadence chords and how they come about. First, you have the major scale, which is the foundation for harmony, and this is the key of C major, so it's a C major scale. From the notes of the scale, we derive the harmonies of the key. So each degree of the scale gets a Roman numeral assigned to it, like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then back to 1 again because it's the 1 chord. Now, harmony in Western harmony is built in thirds, so we just stack notes on top of the roots in thirds, and that becomes like this. And it's as simple as that. That's how you get the harmonies of a particular key, using the ingredients of the scale, building chords from the root of the chord in thirds above each degree of the scale. So you have the 1 chord, the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chords, as we call them, in harmony. Now, notice I have smaller letters for the minor chords, and 7, it happens to be a diminished chord. So in the key of C, they have what we call commercial chord symbols. 1 is C in the key of C. This is D minor, E minor, F, G, A minor, B diminished, and then back to C. That's D-I-M. Okay, and then this is the chords that we have. Now, in the key of C major, for the cadences that we use, we are going to use the 1, 4, and 5 chords, and we call those chords the primary chords. And so many songs can be built on these 3 chords. They're very useful chords to know. And the 1, 4, and 5 chords. Now, for the 5 chord, we're going to add a note. When you add notes to the default triad chord, they are annotated with the Arabic numeral 7. So you have the Arabic numeral 7, and it's from the root of the chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this becomes the 7th, right? So now you have those 3 chords. Now, if you take these 3 chords, they look like this. C, F, and G7. See, that's C, F, and G7. But we don't play them in these positions. We have to invert these chords. So I'll change this to a treble clef. C remains as its position here. The F, we're going to bring this C down to the octave below, and it becomes C, F, and A here. And then for this one, we're going to bring both these 2 notes down, and they become F and D here, and D we leave out, so we get rid of D, and we're going to bring B down to here. So now it looks like the B, F, and G that we're left with for the 5-7 chord. So you invert it. Now the reason we got rid of the D is because out of the root, third, 5th, and 7th, G, B, D, F of the G7 chord, it is the least useful or integral to the sound of the chord. Thirds and 7ths are very important. So this is the 3rd, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the 3rd and the 7th are more important than the 5th of the chord in its characteristic sound. And we want it to be smooth voice leading, so we want it to be consistently 3 voices Otherwise, we'd have to hire a voice just for one chord, and our budget doesn't allow for that. Okay? So if I get rid of all this, take a snapshot of that. And if I get rid of all this and we start over, we have the 1 chord, the 4 chord, back to the 1 chord, and then to the 5-7 chord without the 5th, and then we have finishing with a 1 chord again. Okay, this time signature would be 4-1, 4 whole notes per measure. So we'd need, I guess that's how you could do it to fill that measure. The left hand is the same notes, 1 octave lower, and you notice there's a pattern there. So you can follow the pattern according to the key signature, and it becomes a pattern. So the top 2 go up, this stays the same, the top 2 come back down to where they started, this still stays the same, then the bottom 2 go obliquely or contrary out a step, and then it's the 5th finger that stays the same, and then these 2 notes come back to the C, home base, while this stays the same. So you can follow that pattern in any of the keys. This is C major. If we had G major, we would start out with, we could put the key signature here like this, and we could go G, B, D is now the 1 chord. 4 chord, the pattern, these go up to here, and come back to here, and then these come out like so. Whoops, sorry. This goes down, this goes up to here, and this stayed the same. Here's the bar line, and we have the end back up on GBD. Here's, let's do it, well, I'll do it here with ledger lines. And then these go out like this, and then comes back to here. This is 1, 4, 1, 5, 7, and 1. In the key of G, it's G, C, G, D7, G. Sometimes they actually write omit the 5th for the chord symbol like that. Okay, so the same thing would apply with D major, only you'd have 2 sharps. Sometimes I write key signatures in, sometimes I write the sharp in like this. Okay, so you have to remember that. Fingering is always 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, not 4. 1, 3, 5, and then it's 1, 4, 5, and then back to 1, 3, 5. This is always 5, 3, 1, 5, 2, 1, 5, 3, 1, and 5, 2, 1, and then back to 5, 3, 1. And that's your fingering for all 24 1, 4, 1, 5, 7 chord progressions in all the major and minor keys, all 12 of them. And that's the cadences, how the theory of the cadences works.